Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. Sorry about the little late start and confusion, if there was any. I don't know if there was any. Was there any confusion? I don't know. I'm confused today. It's been kind of a long week for me with work stuff and anyway, yeah, some other stuff going on. So, but I'm here this morning. Rune, I know you're here. Hooligan, good morning. Yes, it is chilly outside today. Very foggy and rainy today. So, not really rainy, just foggy and dreary. Yesterday was rainy all day. But it's actually a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday. Out here in the shop, it's up to, it's a little over 50 out here. Outside, it's probably about the same, about 50 or so. But I did have the heat going in advance out here, so that's always nice. Don't really have much, well, really don't have anything planned for today. So I'm open to suggestions. It's kind of a free for all, and if anything, we'll just sit around and kind of chat for a little bit. We'll see. See. Okay, Rune just got the notification about it going live, so hopefully we should get some more people coming in. It says I've got 6 people here, so that's cool. Appreciate it. But anyway, hope everybody else has had a good week. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve. Obviously, this year the celebrations were a little bit different. I did the same thing that I did last year, which was ate a couple slices of pizza and drank a couple glasses of wine, and then went to bed by 10 o'clock. I used to try to stay up till New Year, but honestly, I worked so many New Year's Eves that it just, I don't know, the excitement has passed me by. So, anyway, yeah, Rune, actually, I'm going to do a shop cleaning video. So we might actually explore the mess that we have before. I always work very diligently to keep the mess out of videos, but it's there. My shop has definitely gotten messy, really messy. Nothing more over here. Actually, this is all still the same practically, but elsewhere, like below the benches here and over here in front of the shelves, especially is really kind of messy right now because I haven't cleaned up from doing the 12 days of locksmiths. But anyway, I do plan on doing a shop cleaning video. Probably gonna do it tomorrow. Just do kind of a time lapse of things, and then maybe cut in to do some organization stuff here and there, and we'll see what else we can come up with. See how we can improve the shop. Maybe do some pin sorting over here, which is going to be a daunting task. I won't bore you with pin sorting because I have on my pinning trays over here, I have a bunch of, just loose key pins, and some top pins as well, and just a bunch of stuff that needs to be organized, put together, blah blah blah. But anyway, so let's see who else is here. MySpace, my mess, my own business. I like that motto, Ring. I like that. I will probably appropriate that saying from you, with full credit, of course. Maybe I could put it up on a sign out here. That would be awesome. There are a few things that I'd love to do out here. I'd love to get some different lighting, especially right here. I've got the blockers out of the windows since it is overcast today. Normally I use this foam insulation board. Normally I put that up there in the window if it's sunny outside. Otherwise I get just kind of washed out. Yeah, we've got all kinds of stuff to do out here. Pile of locks over here to sort through. Bunch of parts over here to go through and organize. And I may, during my trip to Lowe's tomorrow, I need to get some drill bits. And what I may do is build a little tool holder that goes here on the bench, just to try to keep everything organized a little bit better. And then over where the duplicator is, I need to build a bigger shelf and build a bigger key rack for all my space and depth keys. And then, yeah, it's just gotten cluttered. So we'll get it cleaned up. But good morning, Dawn. Happy New Year. Pocket Women, good morning. Let's see. Lockmania, good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. Leave the long state of the pinning kit videos to Jason. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Pin sorting is not something that I'm looking forward to because they're all loose and it's just going to take time and micrometers to get that together. So, let's see here. Let's see. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm sort of open to suggestions today. As far as what we go over, I didn't have time to really plan anything or get anything together. But one thing that I am going to be working on here in the next few months, I've decided that this year is going to be the year that I go and take my exam for the locksmith license. So I will have my study guide out. I've been taking a few practice quizzes online. I don't know how accurate the questions are. Or more importantly, I don't know how accurate the correct answers are on some of them. And some of them I honestly have no clue, and it got me to thinking about things that I do need to study. But the state test here in North Carolina has 150 questions on it. And good morning, James. Let me, actually, while we're sitting here, let me pull up online the questions, or at least what it says are on the questions here. Let's look. Where is it? This one. Here we go. All right. So, what's on the exam for us here? 75 questions of general locksmithing, 20 questions of automotive locksmithing, and I know from the study guide they do a lot of progression, talk a lot about progression on key cuts for automotive, specifically a lot of the older automotive stuff. Then there is 15 questions on safes and vaults, 5 questions on access control, and 35 questions on rules, ethics, and laws. So, is pretty good, pretty good variety of questions there. The general locksmithing, from what I can tell, again, just based in the study guide, is basically they ask you things about bidding, terminology like bidding, Bible, pins. They ask you about master keying, key identification, keyway identification, stuff like that. They'll ask you about what else is in there. Some questions on multiplex systems, which are where, if you're not familiar with a multiplex system, is where basically you have different keyways that when they work in tiers, so a higher tier key blank will fit into all of the corresponding lower tiers, but the corresponding lower tiers cannot fit into each other. So it gives you another level of key control and being able to master it. And you see that a lot with Sargent and Corbin Russwin. Those use a lot of multiplex keyways. So there's some pretty good charts on that. I think it asks, some more general stuff, like, I don't know, just some other stuff in there about, deadbolts, latches, what you should do as far as, like rekeying, trying to avoid cross keying or mason keying. So anyway, let's see. Good morning, LPG. Glad you're here. Dana Reed, good morning. Answer is Slim Jim. Yeah. Or a tennis ball, yes. Yeah, that is, it still bugs me when people say they can open a car door with a tennis ball. It has been disproven so many times, and if you even just stop to think about it, you just can't do that. Anyway, and Slim Jims, I have never been able to use a Slim Jim. Even before I got into locks and all that stuff, the times that I've had a Slim Jim and an opportunity to try to use it, it was luck. I mean, it was out and out pure luck that A, I got the car open, and B, that I didn't tear anything up. Because I used to be the world's worst to lock himself out. You know, I'd lock myself out of cars, um, lock myself out of the house a few times. So, you know, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Don, you should definitely become a rogue locksmith. Um, Definitely. Either that or with your collection, you could open. Here's an idea for you, Don. You could open a virtual lock museum. Think about that. That would be awesome. Because I think you have one of the largest collections that I know of. But that would be awesome um, to do. If you didn't want to do the locksmithing, you could be a virtual museum curator. Uh, and by the way, you and I need to chat about at some point, whenever we can. We need to chat about my little project for Saturday Lives this year that we talked about. See if we can't get that figured out because I'd really, really like to get that going. So yeah, let's see here. Uh, well, Ren, that's true. I've had, let's see, I have taken several state level professional exams: emergency medical technician, emergency medical technician intermediate. Which the intermediate test, you actually did have to calculate IV drip rates and medication dosing, milligrams per milliliter, etc., stuff like that. So you had to do all those conversions, and for somebody who is used to Freedom units, doing all those conversions is actually easy as long as you know the formulas for it. And I'm not the world's greatest at math. But they were multiple choice answers, but they would be off by one or two. So that, if your answer, say, was 23, you would have multiple choices, one that would be like, 30, 23, the correct answer, and then 24, and then 20. And it would be that close just to throw you off. Now, the law enforcement certification exam, when I took that all those years ago, that was 750 questions, multiple choice. And again, is multiple choice so that they can grade them easier. But it would still be really tricky with the phrasing of the questions. I mean, you would have essay questions that were, or not essay questions, but scenario-based questions where the question was literally 3 paragraphs long, and then based on all that, it would say, for instance, what statute would apply to this, or what element of what statute would apply to this. And so it would give like the statute number and then the element of whatever is part of that statute number. So you had to know all that in order to pass it. That was a booger of an exam for sure. God, I don't miss it. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Don, the Mythbusters were the best ones to bust that tennis ball myth. Good morning, Fred. I don't know if I said hello to you, but good morning. Yeah, rock is better than a tennis ball. Let's see. Yeah, James, I had older cars. I couldn't get a Slim Jim to work on the older cars. Yeah. Yeah, Fred, I'll probably wind up getting a long reach tool. Um, yeah, Don. Virtual Lock Museum. Get us set up. We'll definitely spread the word for you. I think I seriously I think that would be great. You would have a great basis for that. Um, yeah, LPG. That's how my EMT test was as well. Um, yeah, EMT and EMT intermediate are the two. Well, EMT intermediate was probably, even compared to my law enforcement test, EMT intermediate was probably the most difficult. At least compared to sections of the law enforcement exam, it was definitely a very intense test. The law enforcement exam, just due to the number of questions, it was probably more intense. It took me 4 hours to finish. I was not the first and not the last. For anywhere between 3.5 to 5 hours is normally average for that test. EMT intermediate, I passed. I don't remember exactly what I got, but I know where I screwed up the most was the IV drip rates and anything to do with math. I didn't do well at that. Good morning, Miko. What kind of lock you got? All right, Don. Cool. That's good, LPG. James, they did do that. The original MythBusters did do the tennis ball myth. I don't remember which exactly which episode it was, but I will. I watch MythBusters. It's one of the shows that I watch to fall asleep to. I've got the entire series on Amazon. So I'm one of those weird people. I have to have the television on to fall asleep. And it has to be a show that I'm interested in. Otherwise, it's just annoying. And if I turn it off, then everything's too quiet. And I can't sleep that way either. So anyway, I watch a lot of MythBusters, but I will try to figure out which episode it is and let you know. Let's see. Good morning, Lowell. Glad you're able to stop by. Yeah, LPG, gotta go with what's best. Choose the best answer. Alright, Lockmania. We'll see you next time. Alrighty. Sorry. I needed a sip of something. Alright, so well, I guess I don't know. What do y'all want to do? This is kind of a boring day, I know. There's not much going on, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy coming out here to the shop on Saturdays. I got a very, very nice note from one of my viewers the other day, and just really, really inspirational, and I really, really appreciate it. That person knows who they are, and you know, there are days that I worry about coming out here and not having anything really to go over. Like today, I mean, I guess we could pick some locks or something, but you know, or we can look at other stuff. So, um, but anyway, you know, what was I saying? Oh, but you know, there the days when I know I don't have anything to really go over because I haven't bought anything new recently, and with the holidays, shipping is horrible. But I've not gotten anything for out here in the shop recently. Um, and I kind of worry about when I do that because then it's like I don't want to make, like, I've always been afraid of you guys feeling like you're wasting your time coming here, but I know that's not really the case. But you know, I want to give something because I don't do regular videos through the week that often, like you guys do, and I really want to get back to doing that. So that is one of my goals this year. I know that was one of my goals last year. We'll see how that worked out. I had a lot of stuff going on this past year, personally, away from work, and well, some with work, but you know, some other personal stuff I had going on, and really impeded me from doing that. This year, that's different. Those situations have been taken care of for the most part. Still dealing with some stuff at work, which I'm hoping will wash itself out eventually. It should, but I'm looking at a cutback in hours. Nothing drastic, just to cut change to my schedule. Not even really my schedule, but my assignments. And I have a huge squirrel looking at me right now from outside. I don't think I'll be able to get the camera turned around in time. No, he's gone. It's funny, he was just right up there looking in at me. Anyway, sorry, I had a squirrel moment. But anyway, no, I'm losing some of my overtime, but that should wash itself out, hopefully. Go back to normal. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. I enjoy it. This is therapeutic for me and for, you know, and for some of y'all. But let's see. A multi-lock. You know, Miko, I have a couple multi-locks here. Let's see. I've not picked them in a while. Here's a key, there's a key. Let me see if I can dig them out here. We might take a look at a multi-lock. It's been a while since I've done it. I've got this really cool little tray over here. It's like a actually it's a tray that's used in a dental office, like, or a doctor's office type setting, where you know, you have the little instruments and tools laid out. And anyway, Leon's lock pad gave it to me. I won it in a giveaway of his. God, that was forever ago. That was when I first got started. But anyway, I keep like all the little project locks, like as far as picking, try to keep them right here, but I am, let's see, found one. I've got another multi-lock here. really want to find it. I have two of them. I got them from Bill Bacardi, and I know that other one's right here somewhere. But one of them is nigh impossible for me to pick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this off here. I cannot find it, Captain. So which one is this? Okay. This is the one. The reason why I can't pick this one is because it is master keyed. And apparently with multi-lock, master keying them makes them like 100 times. Here's the other one sitting right here in front of me. Another multi-lock. Has the newer model key. This one has the older style interactive key. And Bill was awesome enough to send me a multi-lock key ring or keychain thingy. Yeah, apparently master keying these guys makes them nearly impossible to pick. I may pick. I'll pick them. Well, I'll pick the one and then try to pick the other. Let me look. Let me look here. Okay, Miko. Yeah, I'll look on Twitter. LPG, I might. Let's see. I don't believe I have it here. Yeah. What I might do this next Saturday. Actually, bring my study guide that I got from the state out here, and then we can read through passages of it, and that would be awesome. I would really like that. I appreciate that. That's a good idea. Yeah, Pocket Women, I enjoy the lives too. Just the chat of it, and I've talked about it before where, you know, I first did it just out of sheer convenience, just because I was having a hard time uploading finished videos and didn't want to, you know, couldn't really take having to wait for it to upload, and was having problems with it, and so I just did it, and I thought, well, if I do it live, it'll record it, upload it while I'm doing it, and then people can watch it later. And I had Squint. Squint was actually the very first person to join in on a live video. And again, I don't know for sure, but I think I was the first one to do a lockpicking video live. 99.9% sure I did it. But it sort of, you know, grew, sort of, you know, turned into what it is now, and it does bring everybody together. And a part of the idea that I'm working on with Don, that I'm being really cagey about, because I don't want anybody to steal it from me, you know, that idea would be a great way to bring people together even more in a live setting. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So stay tuned. We will see. Yeah, Fred, that's what I like too. You know, I know, you know, Jason does an awesome live show, but you're right, it gets really busy in the chats, and it goes on for a while, but you know here it's like you can get. I mean, honestly, you can tell me in the chat, say, hey, especially on a day like today, say, hey, can you show us such and such, or do this, or break that out, and everything except cooking, because I know that's what Rune would ask me to do on live is cooking, which I may still do live one day, Rune. I don't know what I would cook live, but I've not forgot about that. But yeah, I need, I like this because we're laid back. We can interact more. We can chat more. I've got Rune and Night Owl both who are set up as moderators, but we don't get so busy that we have to have that, and I can keep up with the chat, as it goes. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. All right, Lowell. Have a good one. I'm sure you're already dropped out, but yeah, have a good one. Thank you. All right, LPG. Yeah, we'll plan on that. We'll plan on that next week, for sure. Because I don't know exactly. I think I know exactly where I put my study guide, but I can't place my finger on it right now. Let's see. Miko, the thing about multi-locks is what I have found just with the two that I have, plus just looking in my area, and then also talking with people elsewhere. If you live in an area where multi-locks are not common at all, like in the area where I am, you just don't see multi-locks anywhere. You'll see Medico, you'll see Primus, you'll see Everest Primus, some ASA, but as far as multi-lock, you don't see them. So you have security through obscurity. Security through obscurity with multi-lock in an area where it's not common. Because you run the chance of not being able to find a locksmith that has a machine that can cut multi-lock. I mean, a lot of them may be able to, but the question then becomes, do they stock the blanks for that particular keyway? Are they willing to even do it? Not everybody does everything. So if you're in an area where multi-locks are common, then your security is reduced because you have greater access, or somebody would have greater access to copy your key. And obviously an advantage with multi-lock is that it's very difficult. You wouldn't be able to just snap a picture of a multi-lock key and then decode it visually like you could Schlage or Kwikset, or some of those others. And then it comes down to the actual picking, which every lock picks differently, and I'll pick this one here in a second. But if they're not master keyed, then they pick pretty easily. In my opinion, you do have to have a dimple pick, and you do have to be familiar with how the pin and pin works. But if somebody is trying to defeat your lock for nefarious purposes and they're familiar with multi-lock, then that's not going to be an issue. So it comes down to, what are you securing with a multi-lock? How common is it in your area? And who would be a potential nefarious evildoer? We'll say that. So you've got to consider that. And then another thing, like, people get surprised at me that I use Schlage Everest, which is, we've looked at them. They're just a Schlage cylinder, and they've got that one little check pin in the back, and all that has to be done with that is just lift it until the plug rotates, and you just snap that out of the way. There's no particular height. You just keep lifting until it moves. The reason why I went with that is because I can rekey that myself. I don't have to go anywhere. I've got some pre-cuts that I can rekey to if the need arises. If somebody takes my key and makes a copy of it, or if I make a copy of my key for somebody else to use for legitimate purposes, and then in the future something happens to where I don't want that person to have access, is a whole lot simpler to rekey the lock than it is to than it is to try to get that key back from that person. So you have to look at that. So I hope that answers your short question of, are multi-locks any good? So let's see. Oh, Don. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad your kitty's home safe. Good morning, Ronald. I didn't see you come in there. I was kind of rambling on a little bit. Hope you're doing all right this morning. Yeah, Fred Squint. I haven't seen him on his channel. I know he's still around, but yeah, I haven't seen him do any videos. Let's see. Okay, cool, LPG. That's awesome. Let's see here. Hey, Steel Pinnings. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're still here. Sorry, I was going on, wasn't looking at the chat. Hope you're doing all right, sir. Let's see. Yes, food and locks are very similar and very different. Yeah, Rune, you've got a good point. Multi-lock is quality. It is a good lock, but it just depends on that whole host of factors. Like I was saying, they are quality locks. They're not cheap. Let's see here. Yeah, and you do need a code card for a lot of the multi-lock keys, and that is a good security feature to have, to copy them. But again, if you live, like, if you have a nice multi-lock system, like if I were to have it on my house and not be involved in locks like I am, there is one locksmith that I can think of that definitely does multi-lock that I know of, and that locksmith is on the other side of Charlotte. So drive time for a service call, if they were to come out and rekey my locks, that drive time would be close to 2 hours one way. Yeah, so that would be a very, very expensive bill. Let's see. Yeah. I guess I need to go back and see what Steel Pennings won. Let's see. Yes, Rune. Definitely. Yes, a Click. And Rune has done some awesome videos on the Click system. So please go over to his channel and check him out to see what it is. If I had like an office, or if I had an office setting, I would definitely invest in Click. Or if I had a business where I had remote locations, then I would definitely do it. Just because Click does make it safe, and if you don't get that key back, you don't have to rekey the lock, but you can still disable that key. So yeah, that's an awesome system. And of course you can get Click with just about any of the higher tier ASSA Abloy brands, Multilock, ASSA, Ruco. So any of those you can get the Click system with, and that does wonders. Okay, cool. I need to check out those CLK drawings. I like CLK. Alright, let's see, we've been going for what? Almost an hour. We still got some time. Let me get the camera moved around here to where we can look at this multi-lock, and we can pick on it. We can pick on the multi-lock. Let's see. One of these days, too, I have had this really... Yeah, you guys can see how messy that area is. But, let's see. Let me get a better angle. Try to keep this boom arm out of the way. I would love to come up with an overhead camera mount boom sort of thingamajig, because I want that focus. Focus! I want this stay put. I really... Alright. Sorry guys, having technical difficulties here. There we go. Sweet. Alright, let's see. Alright, now you want to focus. Okay. So there, that's the other thing with multi-lock is, it's kind of a wide open keyway, which does make it easier to get, manipulation tools in there. Stay. Let's see, which way do I want to go? All right. Now, it's been a minute since I picked one. I'm doing this around the camera here. Let me go in. Normally pick front to back, but and I touch something there. I'm not happy. Okay, there we go. You do get very definite feedback off of these when you're picking them. I think right now I'm managing just to pick the inner pins, which I know you're supposed to start with the outer pins, but you know, here's the way I look at picking a lock. If you can get it open without destroying it, then you have done it the right way. I know some people would say that's not the lock sport way or whatever, but you know, yeah. I've always been kind of a rebel with some things. See if I can get these outer pins picked first. And I may have to go here in just a minute. I just saw a message. Just got a text message flash up on the phone, so. But picking locks is more important at the moment. Now, I know exactly what I will be cooking for lunch after I've been saying how I think that multi-lock is fairly easy to pick. And if I'm not able to get this one open, I will be eating crow. Not deep fried, not seasoned. I'm sorry I keep hitting the camera, guys. Yes, I will eat crow. Let me get the camera changed around just a little bit so I'm not bumping it. There we go. Maybe. All right. I really didn't wind up any better because my pick's almost hitting the camera. So yeah, the trick with these is, I know, like I said, getting the outer pins set first. And they're really easy to get a false set with. Not getting hung up on there. Alright, I'm switching over to the right-hand flag. See if that'll help. I know everybody says go along the edge of the keyway, but opposite of where your tensioner is, but you know. Well, that was a good click. Dang it, man. There we go. Alright, so I take back what I said about multi-locks being easy to pick. I think if you pick them enough, often enough, they're not that difficult. All right, let me look at the chat real quick. Let's see. Steel pinnings? Yes, that's correct. You either kick the door in or go through a window. Oh wow, Pocket Women. Come in through the roof? Yeah. T-bone steak and potatoes. That sounds good for breakfast. I made chunky chicken chili yesterday. Alright. Y'all use bells on the door? Yeah. I don't use bells, but I don't lube the door hinges, so everything squeaks. Alright, I'm gonna give this another 2 minutes. I'm getting great feedback. I think my problem is my tensioner. I'm not using a thick tensioner to get full control. with that plug. All right, guys, that's it. Okay, I will be eating crow today. I promise I will eat some crow. Just saw me get whipped. Let's turn this guy around here. All right, so just so you can see my face saying it, I was wrong in what I said earlier about multi-locks being easy to pick. They can be easy to pick. But you have to be in practice, of which I am not. Anyway, let's see here. Let's look at the chat. Y'all talking about security cameras? Yeah, security cameras. I like security cameras, and then I don't like them. If I were to ever put up security cameras around my house, then I would not have them inside. Like, I would not ever have anything showing in my living areas. So just because if they're connected to the internet, then somebody can get into them. Just like you cannot make a completely unpickable lock. You cannot make a completely unhackable security system. Having said that, I would love to have them down the driveway and close enough to show on the doorways. That would be what I want. Anyway, guys, so my phone is kind of blowing up with some stuff, and I got to take care of it. Nothing horrible. Nobody's like, dying or anything right now. But anyway, I got to go take care of that. I really, really appreciate y'all. And we will definitely be back here next week. We will do some group studying. Don and I will be chatting and getting my my other project that I want to do together, which I think you guys will really, really enjoy that. And I've got a ton of ideas for it. Once I can do it, once it can be done, there is so much potential for what can be done with it. So anyway, stay tuned for that, guys. Yes, cooking crow. Okay, I will have to figure out some crow. I mean, I'm not actually going to go out and get a crow and bring it in to eat. Crows are very, very intelligent. So, but yes, figuratively, I will be eating crow. Anyway, guys, so I appreciate you again. Appreciate each and every one of you. Jason's live, or almost live, ready to go. Well, there's Night Owl. Yeah, I can't wait for your ISP to stop crapping out either. And there's Jason. Awesome. I didn't see y'all sneak in. Y'all must be sneaking in at the last minute here. And, yeah, so I'm actually just getting ready to wind up. Shop cleaning will be tomorrow. I'm not going to put it off anymore. I may do part of it live. Maybe. I mean, it is a Sunday. I know people have other obligations on Sundays typically, but I might do part of it live. I don't plan on being out here all day. So, yeah. Anyway. Alright, guys. Y'all, we will see you over at Jason's. I may be in and out of there because of what's going on. But just, anyway, guys, again, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping in, everything, all the kind words. And again, emails, tweets, Twitter DMs, whatever. If you want me to do something, and you have any ideas, please. These lives aren't just for me; they're for everybody who comes here. So, I don't want you to ever think, yes, days I might have something that I really want to go over and might prepare for. But if there's anything that you guys want to see out here in the shop, you want me to go over, talk about, share what knowledge I have about it, and then maybe we can, get people who have more knowledge about it in on the chat. We can talk about it, look at it, etc., etc. Please let me know. I mean, I feel kind of like Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs, which Mike Rowe is one of my heroes. All-time favorite heroes, definitely in the top 5. And, but, at the end of Dirty Jobs, he would always beg for people to send him more dirty jobs. And that's what I'm doing. So, anyway, I don't really want dirty jobs. But anything with locks or out here in the shop or something like that, let me know. So, all right, guys, I will see y'all. Appreciate everybody again. Y'all have a great day. Crow recipes. All right, y'all have a great day, and I will again try not to do the mid-sentence cutoff. So here we go. Back.